start off this one with a black cross, Mr. Starter, for car 702. 702 takes the first black cross of the day for the bangers. And out there in front, our leading car is our old mate Lee Vockings in the 419 machine. Round goes Birdie in 724, 180 down there on the Bovingdon turn. Oh, the rollover is Reds, Mr. Starter. Reds, please, Mr. Starter. And a most unfortunate rollover there for 704 Dan Riddle, that is, in the car there, hanging upside down by his seatbelt at the moment. I can see him moving, he's fine. The race is stopped, everyone's aware of. Starting going on, as we rightly say, and a bit of a smoke screen, so we can't see very much here from start control, except to tell you that it does appear 171 is in the lead. If that one doesn't improve, Mr. Starter, he's going to have the black flag. It's, we think the car has expired anyway, so there we are. 171 then, your leader Jamie Simpson. There he is, the blue and white car. 708 is next. 272 goes in with a bit of a challenge there in the first 3 laps. And a black cross for 272, Mr. Starter. 171, 272, 724, the current leaders, 778 with the flag of St George on. Takes. And that's a black cross, Mr. Starter, for car 778. And certainly some hairy stuff going on from a number of cars there. 419, Lee Vockings continues on his way. 112, Pete Stevens managed to get himself through all the problems of that. But it's a bailout job here on the home straight for the red, white, blue car driver. And 473 pulls into the centre grid. We are red, Mr. Starter. Red, 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 please. So that will be a lap sheet order restart, Mr. Starter. We will. So there we go, it's green flags and a bit of competition on already for the leadership of the race as 171 gets pushed wide by 272 and on he goes. So it's Dan Weathers who takes up the running and a very, very quick Lee Vockings attacks the tail end of the Kevin Payne car there. Oh, and gets attacked himself by Pete Stevens but recovers from that. Pete Stevens though moves up into 3rd position on the inside of Kevin Payne, 280. Going along with these as well, but 272 it is that leads Dan Weathers in the green and yellow machine. 171 continues on his way. Jamie Simpson there in 2nd place, not certainly. And 272 is our leader. 171 is 2nd, under attack though from Pete Stevens, who goes through on the inside as they approach the Bovingdon turn. And it's, I think we are receiving instructions here in start control that the leader's car is malfunctioning in some way. It could be a noisy exhaust. And Oh, and 112 Pete Stevens there takes a big side swipe. It will be 5 next time for whichever car is in the lead as they come through. A black cross for 112, Mr. Starter. And 112 then Pete Stevens gets sidelined to the outside of the track as a very quick Lee Watkins tries to take over things on the inside. Lee Watkins then back in the lead in 419. Oh, and he gets taken out sideways there by Pete Stevens, almost turned over by Pete Stevens, but Pete Stevens continues on his way with a black cross against him at the moment. Pete Stevens then, the green and white machine, all green car, and it's Keith Conlon who's trying to set about Pete Stevens, but not able to do anything about it as Lee Watkins goes through in second place. Oh, and spun sideways there goes Jamie Simpson in the yellow and blue car 171 that was in third place, but 112 continues to lead from 419 Lee Watkins. Oh, and a big altercation there for Keith Conlon and Kevin Payne in 135. 280 goes through to say thank you very much, I'll have that place. 768 I think is amongst the leaders there. Yes, he is, and right there with him now is Tony Bones O'Leary in a little Ford Fiesta, but going very, very strongly. So Tony Bones O'Leary then makes his way through on the inside of the 768 car as the last lap board now goes out to our race leaders. And it's still Pete Stevens in 112 leading them through this one. Remember though, a black cross situation does exist for Pete Stevens in 112 as 419 Lee Watkins does everything he can to get on terms with Stevens, but it's not going to be. Pete Stevens takes the checkered flag. Lee Watkins. Okay, down goes the green flag. We start straight away, Mr. Starter, with a black cross for Tony Bones O'Leary for overtaking before the green flag dropped. So a black cross for Bonesy. He won't like that, but that is the rules of the racing, I'm afraid. And poor old Bonesy's fallen foul on that one. 589, an early casualty over there, the gold-coloured car on far side. 569, I should say, that's John Appleton. But Dominic Darrington making good use of that pole position as through he goes in 473, doing a very, very quick run. So 2 laps to go before the... goodness me, where's 213 off to? He's back into the centre green. Tony Bones O'Leary is in trouble and being jackknifed over there by another car. 77 Tony Bones O'Leary not having things his own way in this particular race. Oh, he's got a lot of rear tyre there, and I don't think he'll be going too much further in this, the second heat of the afternoon. Oh, and 852 goes very, very sideways there as he gets passed aside by some of the other drivers. 772, but back to the front, and it's still Dominic Darrington who's leading this one in the 473 car. Forward problems as well for Kevin Payne, 135, a very, very nasty dented car there as he pulls up onto the centre green and falls out of contention in the race. Dominic Darrington then continues in the lead. Watch out for the black and white car in the somewhat speckled colours. Looks like a bit of an African safari sort of a car. This one, but Dominic Darrington it is who's in the lead, well and truly at the moment. 473 then, just going down the far straight now. Your leading car, Dominic Darrington. 8:01 now, picked up second place, and 8:01, 1:12. Samuel Knight then in second place in the maroon car, 1:12 in third position. That is the Flying Scrutineer, none other than Pete Stevens, already through into second place. So it's Pete Stevens. Oh, and almost a rollover there for 753. Just about recovered from that, as did 793. And a very spectacular event down at the far end of the far straight. It's a Stinky pulling into the centre green now, apparently with problems on the old Fiesta. That's another race over for Jason Cuddy in the 24 machine as he jumps free of the car. And Resco Racing by still your race leader in the black and white machine, peeling off these laps now like there's no tomorrow. Dominic Darrington absolutely flying in this one. Dominic Darrington, then your race leader, black and white car, 473, just entering the pits bend, and it's 5 laps to go. Next time through, Mr. Starler, next time through for Dominic Darrington, 5 laps to go for 473. Baz Williams is a casualty of this one, another car not going any further, parked down there on the pits bend, and all 772 there having a pop at our race leader, but Dominic Darrington, quite an experienced driver, not having none of that. 473 continues on his way, and still in second place at the moment. It's still the Racing Scrutineer Pete Stevens in the 112 machine. So Pete Stevens then makes it over onto the far straight once again. So this time through, it will be 4 laps to go for Dominic Darrington, and 4 laps to go for Pete Stevens, who's got an absolute cotchel of back markers up there in front of him. These to protect the front of his car if he's going to continue racing in this one, and he does. And in third place now we've got, let me just see, 701 has moved through into third place, Richard Smee. So it's Richard Smee in third place, but he's a fair way back in the 701 machine. But Dominic Darrington absolutely flying. So Richard Smee is between these two cars, but he's actually a lap down, but nevertheless in third place on the raceway. So there he goes, the yellow car, 701, is third, but he's a lap down on the front 2 runners. Oh goodness me, he's taken the leader out, and it's Pete Stevens now, with a lap and a half to go. The green and white colours of Pete Stevens with just a lap to go. Oh goodness me, there's experience for you as Stevens comes through, peels off the penultimate lap, just the very last lap to go now. Pete Stevens, 112, your race leader. Dominic Darrington recovers from that, back into second place nevertheless, but Pete Stevens is going to take the checker flag here at Bovingdon once again. It's a win for Stevens, and in second place here he comes now, 473, Dominic Darrington. Oh, he'll be so disappointed with that, but we're still 2/3. As the 701 car takes up the strain, it's Richard Smee who leads them through on the first lap of the race. 707, Tony Bones O'Leary certainly going great guns. 707 leads into second place rather, and 77, Tony Bones O'Leary in third place and challenging already for second position. So a bit of a coming together here on the home straight for Paul Fosh in 753 and the 768 car of James Gardner. Those two 703, Mr. Starr, on the black cross for that. Black cross, and it leaves Paul Fosh sitting there hoping nothing's going to hit the back of him. Surely something will. Oh, there it goes. and springs out on the raceway at the moment. Hopefully 793 as Reds, please, Mr. Starter. We have a loose spring rolling about on the track, so that is dangerous. We will have to have a lap sheet restart for the lead position, or will it be Pete Stevens who comes through and does the dirty on him once again? We shall see as we go into the closing stages now of the final race of the afternoon for the Bangers Formula. And a black cross, Mr. Starter, for jumping the start by Pete Stevens, 112. But it's Tony Bones O'Leary, who's certainly leading this one by quite a margin at the moment as he comes through and peels off another lap. Tony Bones O'Leary, your leader, from second place car 701, then it's 707, and then the Dad's Army team, man 272. That's Dan Weathers out there in that fourth position at the moment. So 341 and 77 go through together, but it's 77 who's right up there. 341 actually. I think that's another car there racing on a flat tyre at the moment, Mr. Starter. If you see that one. And 707, Mr. Starter, if you will, please. That's another car with a flat tyre. So 341. Unfortunately pulls it into the centre green, but that's another car that he can use next time out. Oh, and a big coming together there between 801 and 703. Both of the drivers I think okay there, but nevertheless 473 and 77 continue their race. Tony Bones O'Leary lapping at an extraordinary rate of knots, it had to be said. At the moment he's 77, but where is Pete Stevens? There he is now, he's not that far back, only about a half a lap or so. And so there's another car apparently racing with us. 473 racing, oh he's gone, okay. So it's 5 to go, Mr. Starter, for Tony Bones O'Leary, this time through. 5 laps then for Tony Bones O'Leary, 5 laps to the nearest chasing car, which I think is 701. And we've gone red, please, Mr.